Well, shit. Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bridget here. See, I wear sunglasses during winter as well because I've got the most watery eyes in this world. Like, if I literally just take 2 steps outside and wind, you know, it's very windy in England, it gets into my eyes, I'll just start to, like, you'll be asking me who beats you, the way my eyes will just be leaking and, you know, tears will just be rushing out. So yeah, I'm stepping out now with the boys for the last minute Christmas shopping. I don't know what we can get because it's third tier or tier 4th or 4th tier, I don't know, whatever they call it, of lockdown again. We are tired of counting, honestly. So I quickly wanted to talk to you guys about this video that went viral 2 days ago about the Deeper Life Secondary School. The mom was, you know, came online and she was so distraught. She was crying and shouting and saying that her son, who she put in a boarding school where she paid 500,000, he's only 11 years old or 10 years old. He's in GSS 1, which is like GSS 1 will be like year 8 here. That he suffered seriously. The boy was looking so emaciated. So the mom showed the picture of when the boy went to school just 2 months ago, and between 2 months this boy is so skeletal. He's lost so much weight, and it's not just about losing the weight alone, which makes him look really unhealthy. I'm really concerned about the abuse that the child said is happening in the school. There's a lot of abuse that's taking place in that school, and I've been reflecting on it, you know, since 2 days ago that I saw that video. I was just thinking in my mind, this is a boarding school, it's a faith school. Yeah, faith school does not guarantee anything. You know, it doesn't guarantee that you know, the children are going to be responsible or they are going to grow up well or whatever, because you never know what happened in this boarding school. But fortunately or fortunately, a lot of Nigerian parents do favor boarding schools. I don't know why. Maybe they feel like the children will get more discipline or they get more independence, but we all know what goes on in these boarding schools. There's been some horrors. Like, when they say horror, horrible stories told about boarding schools in Nigeria. But parents continue to send their children to boarding schools that I don't know what is going on there. And what I wanted to talk about is the regulation of these boarding schools. Now, in the past couple of years, you see a lot of faith-based schools springing up. So you have secondary school, you have primary, you have even university that are faith, you know, that are founded by religious organizations or churches. I don't know what the process is. I want to assume that they do get, you know, certification from the Ministry of Education, and before they go on to build all these schools where they charge all these exorbitant fees. But my problem is, when you send a child to a school like that, where you pay such huge amount of money, you expect that at least the minimum that you will get for your child is safety, that your child will be safe and they will be protected. This thing is so dark. Shineke, sorry, I'm using daylight. It's only 1 o'clock and everywhere is dark. Winter, welcome to winter. Anyway, so you expect that at least there will be safety for your child. Hey, my goodness. I mean, when the child was recounting the stories about what the seniors were doing and the teachers, that the teachers will send him, they'll send him with the seniors to go and beat him, to go and flog him, and they do all sorts of things to him. And that, you know, the child, apparently the mom was saying that he's peeing. So I have a question for the parent there. Why do you send a child that's not, you know, he seems to be having some issues with his continence there, because a child of 11 years old or 10 years old should not be peeing in bed. It shouldn't be bedwetting. So if that child is bedwetting, then there's a problem there. You need to take the child to the hospital, to your doctor, so they do some urinary tract infection test and all whatnot, investigation, to find out why that child is still bedwetting at that age. Children normally at age 4, 5 Highest, before they start school, 5, they should stop. You wake them up in the night, they go and play and they get used to it. Some children are faster than others. But a child of 10-year-old still weighing in bed, that's not normal at all. It's not. So that parent, that woman that is screaming there now, you know, should have dealt with that before sending that child to that school. She actually exposed that boy to some of these abuses that took place there. Because a child that you know that is still suffering from something like this, imagine the shame, the humiliation of waking up and, you know, how they do their beds, it's bunk bed, maybe he's up and then he's peeing on the person that is down. It's going to be a problem. The school could have dealt with it in a very, very reasonable way by sending the child home, calling for the parents or looking for an alternative solution, maybe putting him in a separate bed on the corner where he doesn't share with people to protect that child. But instead, they decide to go and place the child in another hall which had senior students. So a child who is only in JSS 1, which is the first year in secondary school, was now placed with children who are in senior secondary school. Who does that? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with people? I've always said it though, that some unbelievers will enter heaven before some Christians. I'm telling you, this is a faith-based school where you have people who claim to know God. They are the ones that will tie their head and tell you that if you watch television, you go to hell. They are the ones that will tell you that if you put human hair, that you will not make heaven. If you wear trousers, that you are not supposed to wear trousers. But look at the wickedness. Just see wickedness. Oh my God. PJ, stay out of this. I will see your head. Kabiosi. So guys, the way I see this thing here, if you go to Nigeria, every street, every corner, there is a church and there is a school. Private schools everywhere. Why? Because government's educational system has completely collapsed, including universities. Look at it. Just look at the universities. ASU will be on strike for 6-8 months. A friend in Abuja was only telling me the other day that she had to withdraw her son from University of Abuja to go to a private university there in Abuja, and because he's been at home almost the whole year because of ASU strike. I don't blame parents for wanting the best for their children. That's it. It's a parental instinct. Nobody wants their child to go and stay at home. But my point in all this is that, you know, the parents of that child, they had some the parents of that child, especially the mom, she had some faults. I don't feel like she did the right thing. I think she was so distraught that she didn't even know what to do than to start doing Facebook Live. She started doing Facebook Live. Unfortunately, she didn't even cover the boy's face. She just put the face out there for the whole world to see, which is not something that is very, very good. You are exposing that child to further, you know, further psychological and emotional abuse. She should have at least covered the boy's face or told him to face another place or blow his face, but she was just screaming and shouting. And then she needs to make a formal complaint. Social media is not enough. Okay, social media is good because she's raised the awareness now. If I were a mom in Nigeria and I have a son that is going to secondary school, I am not going to be choosing Deeper Life Secondary School. I would not. Because now I know that they close their eyes and abuse their children. They allow seniors to do all sorts of horrific things that they did in the 70s and 60s in secondary schools. Why are they not being monitored? Where is this going on? Oh my God. Hey. And then she has to make a formal complaint to Ministry of Education. If it was that woman, until they close that school, I will not rest. I will go to whoever I need to go to. I'll go to the Minister of Education. I will go to the Commissioner of Education. I will go to all the media houses until they close that school. Because if it's happened to one child, the possibility that it's happening to many other children remains, and they are still at risk. And these children are so vulnerable. I don't think people understand the vulnerability of children. They are so vulnerable. They don't know anything. The boy is traumatized. He cannot even talk. Look at the young boy. The mom was saying, don't worry, you won't go back to that school again. They were threatening him that if he tells the parents that they are going to deal with him and do something bad to him. He's a child. When you punish a child so much and you threaten them, they will believe whatever you say. So I don't think that just, you know, shouting on social media is enough. She needs to take further steps. I personally think that Deeper Life Bible or whatever they call themselves need to be closed down. I don't care who owns it. They need to shut that school down because this is abuse. And they cannot close their eyes and just ignore it. And I don't know if these schools are being monitored. This is going back to the point I was making earlier on about how government needs to monitor. Ministry of Education, what is your job? See, when I talk about Nigeria, I always get very exasperated. I get angry. Because what is going on is just something that is you have people in position. These are civil servants that they pay them salaries, but they never do their jobs. They won't do their jobs. This school should be monitored. Don't they have a monitoring body under the Ministry of Education that will go to private schools and be checking? They call it spot check. Go and check. Don't give them any information. Just show up. I'm sure even if they have, if they go there, they will bribe them and give them money. They will go and leave them to carry on doing whatever. If you are a parent or some of us that send our parents back home to put in secondary school, anything happen to your child, you're on your own. No? I'm telling you, because the kind of damage they can do, some of those damages, if you are not careful, you might not be able to undo them. And I sincerely hope that woman took that boy to hospital for treatment. Because she said the boy was vomiting. He said the boy was vomiting in the car. And he was vomiting greenish things. They starved that boy. How can they make a child who is 10 years old to fast? And you call God, you say you know God. There's no kindness in you. There's no kindness in them. They are very wicked. Bunch of wicked people. That's what they are. But you see them, they will tie their hair, bang, 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 and do as if they are closest to God, that they are the ones that will stand with St. Peter that day to open heaven's gates. There's no love. No love. You are a secondary school teacher. These children are entrusted into your care. And this is how you allow this child to starve. You are starving them. You don't give them food. The boy within 2 months has lost so much with all his bones poking out. And then you allow the senior to do whatever they like to him. This boy was describing what they put him through, and I was crying. I cried. Honestly, it touched me because I have sons. If somebody does this to my child, I don't even know what will happen, because I will not be held. I will do it first before I will wait for the consequences of what will happen. I will end up in jail. That's the truth. It's jail. It is wrong. It is completely wrong. And I hope that the government does something about this, because you can't allow... Most of these people, they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice. They are voiceless people. You know? Chai. Pay 500,000, send your child to school, and you go and pick up a broken and damaged person, completely different from the child you sent to school, under 2 months. What if the child remained in that school for 6 years? Oh God, that school should be closed. They need to close that school down. I don't care. Let them close it and investigate. They need to interview the children one by one to find out what is going on. What are the seniors and the teacher doing to you, before they will determine whether they open it or not. Nigerian government, you guys need to do better. It is not fair the way you are allowing things to happen. You just close your eyes as if you don't see them. You just allow evil to happen in that country. Guys, man, I'm mad. Honestly, I'm just so mad.